everyone. Welcome to the Rainbow Activation Code. I'm Justine Sarabrin, and today I'm here with Jenny Leckie.
Hello!
And our special, beautiful guest here today, Karen FELICE. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, I'm thrilled to be with you. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to give you guys an opportunity to just know her website up front. It is reconnect2wellness.net. So if you're wanting to reach out to her and connect with her further, please go to her website. We'll have links below to everything as well. So yeah, thanks for joining us today.
So Karen's actually my Reiki master. She is who trained me and totally shifted my life into a focus of healing. So whether you're in Los Angeles, because she's based in Los Angeles right now, or if you are distance, if you are interested in Reiki, I cannot recommend a better healer. So she's changed my life. And I'm so excited we get to talk to you.
I love it. I appreciate, women helping one another, and it's really important time right now that we are living in our hearts and encourage one another and hold that vibration. So, thank you.
Can you tell us about what got you started with Reiki?
Oh yeah, that was an interesting time in my life. I first learned about it in 1997, which is already 21 years ago. And I was a single mom and workaholic. I was at NBC News at that time in my life here in Los Angeles, and I had a cat. Loved her. Her name was Hopi, a white long-haired Persian, and she had cancer. They gave her 3 months to live, and I was looking for something alternative because the solution was chemotherapy, and I don't even really believe in that for humans. But anyway, that's my own thing. And I walked into a alternative pet store that's no longer here in Sherman Oaks, but the woman behind the desk looked at me and said, "You're a healer." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "No, you're a healer. You need to meet my friends in North Hollywood who teach Reiki." So this is where I first even heard the word or knew, and my daughter was 9 at the time, so she took the class with me, level 1, and
Wow.
And then 3 months later, I did level 2, and then a year later, you can either become a master or a master teacher, but I became a master teacher. And then in 2000, I became a Karuna master teacher. So I have certification in both Usui and Karuna. But the beauty of Reiki is that it allows for self-healing, which a lot of my even ongoing my philosophy has been, I have to heal me before I can heal others. I need to walk the walk, and integrity and sacredness is really important to me. But coming back to my cat Hopi, who was given only 3 months to live at that time, she ended up living 3 years. So I was giving her Reiki and teas and tinctures, but she let me know when it was time to go. And then I was giving her Reiki in her transition. So it's a beautiful, animals love it, children love it, nature loves it, and yeah. And it can only be done for good. It can never be forced. It can never be done for bad. And I appreciate that.
I feel like you touched on a couple of really important things. One being that when people out there are seeking healers, it's really important that the healers you work with are also continuing to work with themselves and to heal themselves, because you don't heal and you're done and you're
Right.
So it's so important to be forthcoming about that. So I love that you one of the first things you called out is sharing is I'm always working on healing myself.
Yes, and I still am, and it's kind of because I was such a workaholic. A lot of my clients tend to be in that mode and want to remember their wholeness. And so I joke that, well, I'm the poster child. If I can do it, you can do it. That there is life beyond this concept of making a living. It's important to live. and create. So yeah.
Yeah.
I love my students. In the last 5 years, I opened Reconnect to Wellness in 2011. I finally left the production world and decided to really make a difference. And there's a little bit of a story in between, the 20 years that got me to do my own business and finally feel confident that I could. But I love, in the last 5 years, I've trained hundreds of students. And now they have a tool, whether they use it or not. Some use Reiki on horses, some teach children, but it's always present. It's never like, oh, I'm doing it wrong, or do I need to have someone on a table to do Reiki? That isn't necessary.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that you can do it through distance too.
I'm sorry.
That you can do it by distance. Like,
Oh, yes.
wherever you are in the world, that this is available just with setting that intention and being.
Yeah. And it's free to be accepted or rejected. It's never forced. So even by thinking of it and sending it, it goes where it's needed. I love that, and I teach that in level 2, how to do long distance healing. So.
That's amazing.
The other part of the journey was then I learned meditation in 2007, and I actually went to the Chopra University in Deepak Chopra with my teacher.
Wow.
And he was the one, because I worked in news, and he told me, turn off the television, turn off the news, start telling a better story.
Wow.
So that stayed with me, because everything is vibration, and I worked in the business for 24 years as an editor. I was a video editor, so I saw the images that other people couldn't see, and I know the formula, and I know how it felt in my body, let alone people that are bombarded, and especially nowadays, we all get a choice. Are we engaged with it? And there's this debate going on, well, are you connected to the world if you turn it off? And I feel that I'm empowered by saying, I am telling a different story, I am aware of what's going on, but I'm choosing to be in a higher vibration with it, not engaging in the fear and the helplessness of the shift taking place in this world. So
you're writing.
So now I'm actually writing, and my tagline is a former journalist now telling a better story.
Oh, I love that.
And I have articles on Thrive Global, which is a beautiful community created by Ariana Huffington, who I admire.
Say the name of that again. What's the community?
Thrive Global. It's thriveglobal.com, and it's Ariana Huffington's wellness community. So there's a lot of great contributors and writers. And I have about 7 or 8 articles on there, but I do really short reads because I know attention spans. But that's been really good. And then it's encouraged me that I am actually writing a book. Yay!
Yes. About that. What's the themes are you discussing?
That's well, Jenny knows I get quite intuitive, and I get a lot of messages from my guides. Of which I uphold, like I said, integrity and the highest good. So these messages came to me actually during the fires that were taking place in Ojai, California in December of 2017. I was praying and sending healing to the land, to the sentient beings all being affected by the fires, and all these messages started downloading through me about compassion. So my book is these messages, and it's entitled Compassion Speaks. And
I get goosebumps every time you say that.
I'm really excited about it. So I'm tweaking the formatting, and I'm looking to have it out by this summer.
Oh, wonderful intention. I'm so excited to read that. Please keep us posted.
It's going to be great, because it's not like a typical self-help book. It's where you can even open a page and read almost like a mantra form.
Awesome.
Like I remember the first message was send compassion to the gaps of the forgotten. And that came to me, and I was driving next to a state prison. So it was just like, wow, hold that vibration.
Wow.
There's no judgment, there's no correction. Simply hold it and send it, because it's powerful. Compassion, I think, frees up people from being a victim or a fixer, just simply choosing unconditional love. So in that space, I'm hopeful that people can really create better choices for their own lives and their own selves in this.
I love how like digestible and accessible that is.
I want it easy. It's not like I'm quoting other famous people about compassion, or it's a religious thing. It's yes, doable and easy and powerful and empowering. So that's coming, and then this summer. Well, I have sat with this for many years since I became a Karuna master, that I started giving Reiki to trees. And I do my own variation of combining symbols from the Yasui and Karuna and guide the Reiki into the trees. So now I'm going to teach it. I already have the domain. It's naturereiki.org. And I'm planning to launch to teach how to give Reiki to trees this summer in Bali with a student of mine who, I'm so thrilled.
Oh my gosh.
To
Wow.
teach people that you can give it to trees, and not only in person, but even by looking at a photograph, because Mother Nature really needs love and support. And I want people to know that it's important not to feel helpless.
We're a part of the cycle. She gives to us and we can give back. We're not helpless. Exactly what you said.
There's an article, and I wrote about it, but when I was an editor at ABC News in New York, and I was editing stories out of Rwanda, and it was really, really hard. I mean, I cried for 3 days. And but there was a worker there who, she worked with Doctors Without Borders, and that was the first time I heard of that organization. And she was in these refugee camps at Kigali, where there was 1 million people. I mean, 10,000 people were dying a day of cholera. It was horrible, horrible. But here her interview was, I'm here and it's overwhelming. So that really sat with me, that even when you're there, you can have the feelings of, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not enough. So I feel with healing, to lose that story and then create from a wholeness, and that's with a W, wholeness, you really can offer more and be a better service to you and to others.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a date for that retreat or teaching?
Not yet. We're set. We're coming up with it. It looks like it's going to be the end of August of this year, but
wow.
Hopefully on the links or whatever, we can update it as it happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Thank you. I think that's going to be a powerful launch, but I do plan to teach it in LA as well. So.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So glad I connected with you. Can't wait to learn that.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? What does it feel like when you are connecting with the trees or with the animal or plant spirits?
First, I open up to be a conduit, to be a channel, and as Jenny knows, but Reiki utilizes the chakras, and my master teachers placed and activated the healing symbols in the upper 4 chakras. And then it's a very heart-centered modality. So from the heart chakra, it travels down the arms into the hands. So to elevate consciousness, it's by prayer or invocation to allow not only my guides to be present, but the guides and angels present of the recipient, so that it's a co-creation. It's never done without permission. honestly. And so it's done with respect. When I do work on animals, every animal's different, and so are people, and so are the plant life. But some animals love it, like just surrender with their, bellies wide open to receive it, and other animals just need 2 seconds and they're done. So this isn't like saying, oh, they're doing it wrong. It's more trusting the energy that's flowing is good and goes where it's needed. The only way I can kind of explain it. So I just keep it a generic. I don't call forth like, okay, my spirit guide of the hawk or something. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I get images of different animals that are present for people. And I share that in session. Sometimes I see like a giraffe. But to me, that means that a giraffe with a long neck, okay, the neck is throat chakra. It's encouraging a bigger picture, like seeing a higher perspective and communicating from that higher perspective, not feeling small. So those kind of messages come through. It's cool. I can't force it. At first I was like, what is this? And then the minute I get into what is this, I lose the essence of it. So I know I've created a container of light and protection, and then from there I feel very safe to know what the messages are.
Oh, cool. I'm good.
Okay.
You're good.
So when you're asking for permission,
Yes.
Well, let's see. If I'm sensing, like, I have this beautiful tree right here in front of me, would I want to do Reiki on a tree if I noticed an ailment in it, or just to send it love, or?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for probably 15 years now, and I've rarely had a no from the tree. And I do hear them speak to me, so however people want to accept that or not accept it. But it's so cute because they always call me little one. Oh, thank you, little one. Because I'm sure next to them I look little. And but they always speak in a collective. They always use the word we. We love you. We're grateful. And I remember there was a tree outside of my apartment when I lived in Studio City. And it was there 16 years, and all of a sudden it wasn't. And I ran all the way down to the street, and I was crying. I had my hands on the stump, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know you were sick. But see, the root system continues underneath, and we don't see it. And there was other trees, palm trees, that were connected to this tree. And they told me, we don't think about illness. We have only acceptance. And that was huge.
Wow.
That was powerful. That, what we attach to a life cycle is completely different in terms of how they function, I feel. So that was really powerful to me, and it helped a grieving process. But they don't. They really, even in the turmoil, they're with fires and stuff, it's part of the life cycle. They're very, very present and very grateful. Now, only once did I have a tree when I was in Sedona. That's a powerful place. And I thought, oh, let me just, because I like to draw the symbols and then guide it into the tree. Well, I felt my whole, like Alice in Wonderland, being pulled into, and it scared me. So I pulled back and I apologized. I said, I'm so sorry. This is how I learned to ask permission. I'm so sorry I didn't ask permission. Like, this tree was so strong in itself. It didn't need me. You know what I mean? It didn't need anything from me. So recently when I went there last year to the same area, I honored it and I didn't even approach it. And I asked forgiveness that I was maybe forward last time, but I said, I respect you and thank you for being here. That was it. But I didn't go and let me try it again. And it was a whole different experience. It was pretty cool. But for you, like one thing I learned with my teacher, we used to sit with our backs to the tree and tone like different vowel sounds, and you could feel what sound the tree likes, and that's a beautiful way to connect, like ah or oh, and it's cool. It's, I mean, that's a beginning if you want to really feel connection, but just know you're doing it with respect and you're not trying to correct. You're honoring them.
Oh, I just want to like go hug trees right now. Hug trees, love them, and send them Reiki and talk to them and sing to them.
I just did an interview with Andy Klein, who does equine horse facilitated learning, and she was talking about the spirits of these horses, and that there's kind of like there's no kind of like I'm gonna cuss, but like human bullshit that they carry. Like there's like no censor or like worry about like our feelings in a way. Like they're not gonna like tiptoe around us. They're gonna like, this is what is I'm feeling from you. They're just like very like, this is it, you know.
Yes. Yes.
It feels like that's sort of like the energy of the nature spirits in a way too. Like we just are.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and horses are incredible. And one of my students actually gives Reiki to horses, and in her sessions, she allows people to get Reiki with the horses. She has her table set up, and the horses come during a session and facilitate. Yeah, I mean, animals they sense it.
Yeah.
They sense, especially horses, they know if we're afraid, or they know fear, they know joy, and they're actually great teachers. All animals are great teachers to show us, oh, how do we reset, and we can be in the present, and we can be in love. They're very, very patient, very giving. Yeah.
Do you feel that their spirits are similar in that collective sense, like the trees are? Or that all plants, like all the flowers sort of are a community, but or just all of nature, or is it all just trees separate?
I feel there's different experiences. I do feel, because of the root system, that nature has its own collectiveness. Animals tend to have their own individual versus, collective. But being with us, it's still a community. So it's a little different, I feel. But we're all connected, and that's the illusion, to think we're separate.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where we get afraid, when we think, oh, we're doing it on our own, or we got to carry the burden by ourselves, and it's not. And that's why I love seeing everyone's heart opening to this new way of being.
Yeah. That was like a breath of fresh air.
Well, you're a powerful healer, Jenny, and I knew from the moment we connected, I felt very honored that you hold an integrity, and I love how you are already like out there, and everyone does it in their own way. I mean, it took me 14 years to start my own business, because I was so in my head. I was like, how do I make a living and support my daughter, versus how do I, see myself thriving. So it took me a while, and some people like go at it, and some people never do it. But I see us all as innate healers, all of us. So Reiki is a particular tool. Meditation is another tool. Yoga is a tool, all to remember the collective and create from this sustained, nourished place. So I'm really proud of you, and I just met you, Justine, and I love your art, and I feel you have a vehicle for people to share, and I'm delighted to be part of it. Thank you.
He's activating the whole rainbow spectrum in each one of us.
Yeah. Well, you're of the generation of the rainbow, of the indigo children, and it's like, so my generation, not everyone was messed up, but I feel we were the bridge builders, but you are the ones carrying the light over the bridge, and I do see it very positive.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about the offer that you have for our viewers, and also to talk about what you do on Mondays, because that's really
Oh yeah. Okay, great. So on my website, there's my business email, and I was hoping that the first 10 people who reach out will enjoy and benefit from a 15-minute consult with me. We can do it on Skype or FaceTime, whatever you feel comfortable. I love to share. What I really love to do is have people set intentions of what they want to let go of and allow in for themselves, and help them see possibility to have that for themselves. So that's what I'd like to offer to the first.
Thank you.
Do I count? Can I take advantage of that too? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, anytime. And then another way I give back is, and I've been doing this for over 5 years on my Instagram, which I tend to be more on Instagram these days, but I do have a Facebook page and Twitter page as well, but I call it Free Reiki Mondays. And every Monday, I try to do it at the portal time of 11:11. So whether it's 11:11 Pacific time or 8:11 Pacific time, then it's 11:11 East Coast time. And I send 10 minutes of free Reiki, long distance. So people, by clicking like, or they message me names of people to include, and everyone's included. And a lot of times I write the information I get from the session. And it's so cool that I don't know where a lot of these people are in the world, but collectively there can be several people like, oh, that was my shoulder, or wow, I have clarity now, or it's so cool to interact with people that way. So I call that Free Reiki Mondays, and that's ongoing, and I love being able to do that.
That's amazing. So generous. What is your Instagram handle so people can connect with you?
It's K, the letter K, and my last name is FELICE, so it's K Felice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's your Facebook as well?
The Facebook is Reconnect to Wellness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything
Thank you.
to talk about, or?
I'm good. Do you have any other questions?
I just have so much joy. I just have so much joy. And like, you have personally brought so much healing into my life, and were such an activator for me on this path. Like, you and Justine are literally the two people that launched me on this path. And like, now I'm getting the opportunity to go out and activate this in other people. And so like, if anybody watching this, like if any of this resonates with you, like those are the little nudges and the clues and the signals in life that's like, hey, wake up, it's time to wake up. Like someone pushing your shoulder, like, wake up, it's time. And so like, I'm personally so blessed to have been woken up by you and by Justine, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for your book. I'm so excited for Nature Reiki, like everything. Like, it's going to be incredible. It is already incredible.
I'm really excited, and as a woman, to even say I'm proud of myself for what I've come through to do this, and I feel we need to do this more for ourselves, and this isn't being a diva or full of ourselves. This is being nourished and empowered, and I love that for men and women to really create from the heart. So, and the heart is where I see our authentic self, our soul, and our intuition. So that's where, you know, we can save the world and ourselves. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm excited to share with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll stay in touch, and send me all the info about your new projects that you're birthing into the world. I'm so excited about them.
Thank you, Justine. Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm. Sending you so much love. Thank you all for watching the Rainbow Activation Code. And please remember to connect with Karen at reconnect to the number 2 wellness.net. Okay, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Jenny. Also, wait, Jenny, share about your series really quick, or your program.
I am launching a 6-week intuitive women's coaching program, and women in the word sense of anyone that is identifying as female. It is called Unleashing the Tigress. It starts on Saturday with the new moon in Pisces, so an excellent time to start diving and developing in your intuition. It's a 3-module program where we awaken the dream and the vision that's been nudging you, that's been trying to wake you up. Align, where we step into alignment with becoming the person you're meant to be to support that dream, and then activate. It's all about activation.
I want to do it.
About activation, going out into the world and doing it. So reach out to me, reach out to Justine if you're interested or looking for kind of that boost to pull you out of the muck and start creating a new reality.
And your website's
radiantreleasehealing.com. My Instagram handle is Radiant Release Healing. And I would love to connect.
Okay, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Hi everyone, how you doing? How are you liking the Rainbow Activation Code? I hope you're connecting with it, enjoying what you're hearing. Please, if you're liking it, like and subscribe, and share the videos if you feel that someone would benefit from it. I appreciate you watching so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an awesome day. Bye.